Warning, cheaters may contain adult themes and strong language. Parents are cautioned that this program may not be suitable for children. Coming up on this episode of Cheaters.
They spend some time outside at the pool. She's been in her appointment for about 45 minutes. Excuse me, doctor, is this a bad time?
Who are you to spend the night in a hotel with my wife? Get off the property right now! Get that camera out of here now!
And later...
Man, this ain't nothing but some bull.
And she's with this gentleman again.
Right in on the left, right there.
Where you going? Don't run.
Hey,
that's that B-49 or something like that.
From Cheaters surveillance cameras, you are about to view actual true stories filmed live, documenting the pain of a spouse or lover caused by infidelity. This program is both dedicated to the faithful and presented to the false-hearted to encourage their renewal of temperance and virtue.
You can feel in your heart when something's not right.
No other woman has made me feel the way she does.
I'm lost. I feel like I'm by myself.
I just can't take the lies.
I know this is upsetting. He met the same young lady.
I have to know the truth.
I knew he was a dog and I'm gonna get him.
Let's make this happen. We got eyes on the suspect.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah! This is what I think about your music.
You're a whore!
Oh, you gotta tell me!
Man, get the camera out of my face.
Get away from me! I swear to God, I'll
This is like not how this is supposed to work. Just tell me why.
Just remember.
I've got it on camera. I'm sorry. I've run every day. I'm sorry.
Real reality television is brought to you by Cheaters Detective Agency's Private Eyes on Cheaters.
Hello, I'm Joey Greco. Welcome to another exciting installment of Cheaters. Please meet Carl Tidwell, a devoted husband who believes that his wife's depression may facilitate an extramarital alliance. Ready to end his speculations, Carl comes to Cheaters for a thorough investigation.
Carl Tidwell, age 29. A tax assessor worried that his wife imputes higher values to other men behind his back.
Well, when we got married, things were relatively unchanged. Our honeymoon was the happiest night of our lives. And we spent maybe a good 6 months to a year just in marital bliss. Victoria was going through some problems. She had some troubles, you know, with the way she was feeling, the way her mood was. Things were just off, and they'd been off for a while. So we pursued the psychiatric route. She told her that she had thoughts of suicide, so he thought it was best to put her in an inpatient treatment program. In this program, she met a doctor by the name of, she calls him Dr. She got out of the program rather quickly. She found a medication that she said was helping. She said the therapy was helping, and then she got released into my care. She seemed happy at times that she wasn't usually happy. You know, she'd come home with a smile on her face and get into my arms, and the smile would go. We were making love fairly regularly again for the first time, and then it became less. But even when it would happen, I don't know how to describe it. It just felt like she had already been satisfied somehow. It felt like she didn't need me. I need to be wrong on this. Because if I'm right, if she's out there cheating on me with some other man, I don't know what I would do.
If you suspect infidelity in your relationship, Cheaters licensed investigators may be able to provide you assistance. Exercise your right to be informed. Victoria Tidwell, age 29. A homemaker accused of using her health issues as an excuse to violate her vows. Investigation Day 3. After setting for a stakeout around the home the suspect shares with Carl, Cheaters detectives wait for suspect Tidwell to surface.
On stakeout here at the client's humble abode. Just waiting for the suspect to surface. Then we'll see what she's really up to.
45 minutes into their shift, field agents, using a high-powered lens, spot suspect Victoria Tidwell as she hustles out of her home. Suspect Tidwell gets into her car and departs, and agents begin pursuit. Several miles away, the suspect pulls into a parking garage at her treating hospital. Suspect Tidwell exits her car and strolls inside. According to Cheater's records, the suspect has an appointment with her psychiatrist. About an hour later, Gumshoe's watch as an unidentified male accompanies Mrs. Tidwell to the elevator. Apparently happy with the progress she made today, the suspect shares a long embrace with her companion. Once the elevator arrives, the unknown male gives the suspect a quick peck goodbye before heading back to the office. The suspect makes her way back to the garage where she gets into her car and heads homeward.
That guy seemed pretty forward, but it isn't cheating. Although it raises some questions. I'll put a tail on him and run a background check.
Investigation Day 7. Out front of the suspect's residence, Cheater's detectives watch and wait for movement.
She's been inside all day. I'm gonna just watch her here and get a patrol to go around back.
Several hours into their shift, Cheater's PIs notice a car approaching. Agents watch the companion from prior surveillance, whose identity remains withheld, exit his vehicle and disappear inside the Tidwell home. A team of operatives monitor activity in the backyard. The companion's background check reveals that he is none other than Mrs. Tidwell's psychiatrist. The couple share a kiss before putting on a blindfold to play games of trust. Without hesitation, suspect Tidwell falls back into her doctor's arms. After safely making it to the ground, the suspect and her companion celebrate with a grossly unprofessional display of intimacy. The suspect's deceit knows no bounds, as demonstrated in this recorded phone call with Carl.
Hey, what's up? It's good, Lieutenant. You know I got that tooth pulled. Anyway, my mom stopped by and got us 2 tickets to the Myerson tonight. Well, what's the problem?
I feel really depressed and down and don't get upset or mad. I just really want to be alone, and I think I'm just going to go walk around the park.
Our special one night.
Please don't get upset with me.
You'd rather walk around.
Honey, I love
I got
you.
to get your buddy on the line. I got to take this.
After all the games, the couple adjourn inside, leaving the playground empty. Sometime later, the companion emerges, gets in his pickup, and drives off.
I wonder what the doctor's wife is gonna think about this. I'll put a unit on him. I'm gonna stay here and watch the house.
Investigation Day 10. After getting their orders, Cheater's PI set up a perimeter around the suspect's psychiatrist's office.
Carl said Victoria's going out of town for a workshop. The doc's receptionist said he's out of town for a seminar. Bull.
Detectives spy suspect Tidwell and her companion as they depart his office building. The couple walk arm in arm to the companion's truck and drive off. The pair arrive at a theater in the center of the Arts District, where the suspect and her companion pop in to see a show. After taking in enough culture for one evening, the twosome surface and stroll back to their vehicle. After a brief makeout session, the couple depart. PIs track suspect Tidwell and her psychiatrist until they arrive at a hotel a few miles away. Once settled in their room, the companion emerges and makes his way to his truck. Agents track the good doctor to an all-night pharmacy. He peruses the aisles and then picks up a prescription. The companion heads back to the hotel and moseys up to the room. With their medical needs now filled, suspect Tidwell and her companion relax poolside. The couple's evaporated inhibitions become evident as they grope each other by the pool. Wanting to feel refreshed, suspect Tidwell decides to take a dip, fully clothed. The following morning, the companion decides to make an early exit. Suspect Tidwell appears a few hours later and checks out of the hotel to return to a lovelorn Carl. With sufficient evidence of infidelity, Cheater's detectives close the investigation and prepare to disclose the findings to Carl. Coming up, the confrontation.
Are you tired of being cheated on? Visit NoCheatersDate.com and create your own profile in our online community. It's a fun and easy way to meet faithful singles in your area. Now that Victoria's secret escapades with her doctor are exposed, Cheaters urgently contacts Carl to disclose the grim diagnosis. With the truth prepared, Carl steadies himself before reviewing the findings. Carl, thanks for being with us this afternoon. I know that this is a sensitive time in your life because of what's been taking place in your relationship with your wife, but we do have some information that I think will be very, very interesting to you. Are you ready to take a look at what our detectives have been able to find out?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. Carl, as our investigation began, we had a detective that was outside of your home. Victoria was observed as she left and was followed to a medical park. After about an hour, she exits with a gentleman. There's a prolonged embrace. Notice as she gets into the elevator, he leans in and gives her a quick peck. Now on this day, Carl, we picked up the action as Victoria left her appointment. She exits with her doctor friend. They're followed until they arrived at a theater. After taking in a flick, they travel to a swanky hotel where they check in. He exits and goes to a pharmacy, shops through the aisles a little bit, picks up an item or two, but then stops at the prescription desk and picks up some medications, we can only assume. Goes back to the hotel, and they spend some time outside at the pool. She comes out.
Oh my God.
I know this isn't easy at all. And I know that you hoped probably for a different answer. Have you ever met that gentleman?
No, I've never met that man.
Would you like an opportunity to meet him face to face and find out why he's been behaving and taking advantage of your wife the way he has been?
Yeah, I'd like to see that guy.
I'm going to contact my detective and see if there's any activity that's been taking place, because usually this is about the time that she gets out. Yeah, we just finished up with the briefing. Did she make her appointment? Okay, they've been in 45 minutes. How long is she usually in there? About an hour? Okay. We're close by. Yeah, he's okay, but he's upset, obviously. So we'll start moving now. Let me know if there's any changes. If they leave, just stay close to them, okay? Okay, yeah, we're right outside. Okay. We have something happening. All right. No, we're half a block away. We see the entrance. Okay. Okay.
Coming down.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. She's got a dark suit and blue jeans. Let's move. Okay, looking for him. He's got a doctor's coat on. All right, hang on, Carl. Everybody out. Oh, they're upstairs. Okay, here we go.
He's wearing his coat.
Here you go.
What is this, Victoria?
Excuse me, doctor, is this a bad time?
What the?
What?
Whoa, easy, easy.
Excuse me?
What is it?
Gentlemen.
Victoria! 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 Who are you, buddy? Who are you to spend the night in a hotel with my wife?